Hey guys, welcome to another video from the Parrott Bros. Now today is a bit of a sad day and it's not a video I wanted to make, but unfortunately we're going to have to say goodbye to one of the fleet. It's not getting sold on, it's going to have to go in parts. I didn't want to have to do this, but I didn't really have much of a choice, and I'll explain a bit more after the intro. Now, as you all know, I bought the elderberry, and that is what we're talking about today. Sitting here looking sorry for itself. Now, I bought this car with the intention of putting it back on the road. There is so few of them left in this colour. It's a beautiful car. I like everything about it. The problem is it's just really uneconomical to repair. Now, I started taking it apart. Let me show you. It's a bit of a mess. Excuse my big wipes. That's just to stop the bonnet shutting properly. But basically, this is how far I got before I made the decision. And this is mainly, I didn't intend to get it to the point where it's in a complete bit state, but I mean, this is some of the stuff on the floor here from the car. But all I intended to do was just give it a bit of a refresh. I knew the PCV system was no good. I knew what else was wrong with it? There was a couple of coolant pipes that had a coolant leak, but I thought that was kind of it. And then I drained the coolant, and there was what looked like steel seal in there, which if you don't know what that is basically when the head gasket starts to go, you stick that gear in and it makes the system better. It may not have been that, it may have just been some sludge, but it was rough. Done a compression test and it was all right, but there's signs of a head gasket starting to go. It's a bit smoky, there's leaks, it's overheating, there's loads of issues, which would be fine if that was the only problem. Now, this car, the bodywork isn't great. I mean, if you go back to, I'll put a link up in the corner for the original video, but if you go back and look at the condition of the car isn't in the best of condition. When I started looking around it, I pulled it outside, started taking the front end off, ready to do all of the coolant pipes and stuff, because obviously they're all under the inlet manifold, and also the PCV system, which was muddy as. Can I show you? I mean, I can show you in situ. I mean, if you look at the state of it down here, it was absolutely grim. I don't know how accessible. Yeah, look, there you go. Look at the PCV system there, look. It's just absolute garbage. Which is fine because easy job, no problem. But then when you start factoring everything else in that's wrong with it, it then starts adding up. And obviously, well, like I said, I pulled it outside, looked at the bodywork, and I was just thinking, okay, it's going to need quite a bit of bodywork, which is fine, but it's expensive, but we'll suffer it. And then I started adding up all the things I need to buy for it, like it needs all new coolant hoses because the coolant hoses where the PCV is leaking and it's had oil on it over the years. They're all swollen, they're all cracked. Some of them are actually weeping. Some of them you can squeeze them together and they stay squeezed because they are absolutely crap. And it just started adding up. And then I factored in all the other things. I mean, I've already spent 500 quid. I mean, the car wasn't expensive, but I'd already spent sort of 500 or 600 quid on consumables, oils, filters, pickup pipes, certain things that I knew I already needed, a genuine coolant, temperature sensor, all this kind of stuff. And then suddenly I need both power steering lines. Again, let me show you, just so you can factor in when you have a look. Look at the state of that, look. This is ready to explode. It's even worse up the top. It's just utter garbage. They're both absolutely wrecked. So they'll need replacing. So that's another. If I buy second hand and try and find a good set, which most of them are crap, you're looking at 50 to 100 quid. If you buy a genuine or new non-genuine, you're still looking at 250 quid. Then factor into the case that I'm possibly going to need an engine rebuild. It just started snowballing, and to be honest, I lost the love for it because I've already done it once on the Noggy and it was hard, really, really hard. It took a lot of time, a lot of money, and you're not enjoying it. I would rather take bits off that are worth keeping, sell a few bits, help you guys out, and try and make my money back from some of the bits that I've had to pay for and some of the car that cost me, and just move it into another one that I can drive, enjoy, take on trips, go meet people. Because at the end of the day, I don't want to be stuck in the garage. Yes, I'm going to be filming. Of course, I love content, but I don't love 8 hours a day for probably 2 weeks here fixing this thing and spending 4 times what it's ever going to be worth, and that's without the bodywork. And it's just a mess. Everything I took apart, I just kept finding problems, and it was just, there's wiring issues, there's so much wrong with it, and it breaks my heart. I know you can tell I'm upset about it, but it's just too much. I mean, it's looking sorry for itself now. The turbo's got play in it. So that's another thing to do. And I don't have the spares. Don't get me wrong, if I had a full stack of spares, yeah, of course I'd throw it all back in again and just suffer the man hours. But I'm not going to spend triple what the car cost me on bits, maybe more, quadruple, and then still have to do a couple of grand's worth of bodywork. So unfortunately, this video is a bit of a farewell. Let me just have. Well, we'll have one more. Let's have one more little walk around. See if I can get the. Let me get the bonnet down and I'll come back to you. Okay, so apology for the bad light because yeah, you're inside my garage, which apparently looks like it used to be a body shop or someone tested paint cans. So it's got, what have we got here? Apart from 4 flat tyres where it's been sat for so long, we've got this interior, which to be honest, I may well use in the black one. What do you reckon? I may well do, because I quite like the custom, the controls pack, although that steering wheel is grub. We'll have to try and do something about that. But apart from that, it's actually pretty stock, so I'm just going to, it'd be nice to keep some spare switches. Everything's still intact. But yeah, there's not really a lot to salvage from this. I mean, there's the rear lights are in quite a nice condition. I can't really show you that, but yeah, it's just, it'd be sad to see it go. It is sad to see it go because I've been enjoying it. I mean, I've probably spent, I don't know, 7 or 8 hours down here, blowing it apart and making lists and doing bits and bobs, making some wiring repairs and all that kind of stuff. And it's just, after doing the Noggy one, I'd spent, I don't even know how long on that. A year, 18 months, and I've probably done the best part of 6 or 7 grand. And the problem is, I've got to do it right. I'm not one of them people, I can't just, oh, just do this, just do that, lash it together and whatever. Because eventually, if I was going to do that, I'd probably sell it because I'd have too many TTs, and then I couldn't sell a car like that. I can't do it. I can't use fake sensors, non-genuine sensors, aftermarket crap and all that. I just can't do it. So this video was just a bit of a, just to let you know, guy, update or sort of on the project front and what's going on, because you obviously haven't seen anything about this recently. And yeah, and a bit of a farewell to the old girl. If you need any elderberry body panels, they're all a bit rough. But besides that, there'll be a few bits for sale, but most of the stuff I'm just going to keep because when you've got more than 1225, it makes sense to keep the spare MAF and N75 and a few other little pipes. But to be honest, all the rubber stuff is already crap. But yeah, the engine, yeah, I'm not even going to keep the engine because it's garbage. Especially because it's done 175,000 miles, I think this one was. So yep, that's me signing off, guys. So you'll be seeing no more of the elderberry project. That'll be going into hopefully some cans of Diet Coke for me to drink later on in life. But just wanted to sort of pay homage to it because it is a rare one, rare in colour, but unfortunately some are beyond saving. There may be someone out there prepared to do it, but I've already done it with a Noggy, and this one's just a little bit too far gone. If the bodywork was mint, it probably would be worth doing, but it's really not. Every panel's got a scuff, a scrape, it's going to need paint, so that's a couple of grand at least for a nice job, especially with this pearly colour. Let me know what you guys would think. Would you have kept it, or would you have done what I thought and made the conscious decision to cut your losses and just move on? Because I'd rather be sitting in it driving than standing by it fixing it all the time, and it's nice. But I haven't got a big garage. If I had a 4-post or 2-post lift and whatever, then it might be a different story. But there's only so many hours you can flog a dead horse for. But yeah, guys, been an emotional one, but we'll have to say goodbye for now. On to the next one. I'll catch you on the next one, guys. Bye for now.